Hello, good friends, and welcome to Kelly's Wordy Reactions. I want to thank you for stopping by today. If you would please hit the thumbs up and like the video as you come in. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I am so happy you decided to stop by. Feel free to hop in the comments. If not, that's fine too. I will still feel and appreciate your presence. All right, so I have a little treat for all the Nesto and Shirley Strawberry watchers out there. And let me get the intro music stopped. All right, so I have a little treat for us on today. And you have already looked at the title, no doubt. So what this is a song I just put together, and, and it's called Guidelines and Procedures Song, okay? And it is inspired by Lamont. From the phone calls from prison jail call and the April 9th, 2024 date, okay? So I know I said that a little funny, but you get the idea. So phone calls from prison just recently dropped a jail call, and this was Nesto and Lamont. So Nesto sounds, very he sounds a bit downtrodden. I like that word. I know y'all probably heard me use it before. Don't mind me. I know it might sound, ancient or whatever, but I just really like that word. And when I like a word, it just kind of sticks with me and whatnot. So Nesto sounds downtrodden, bad, sad, depressed, and whatever, but he's trying to push forth a little assertiveness so that he can assert that he is looking forward to being getting out of jail, and somebody, somewhere, anybody, anywhere, getting together the things that he needs to get the bond, to get him out of jail. Nesto sat up there and tried to play like his bond had been reduced to something reasonable. Meanwhile, the bond is at over $1 million. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know. A friend of mine used to say, "Must have been crazy then," and he kind of must have been crazy to sort of think that this was going to be something that somebody was just going to run down there and essentially give away over $100,000, even if they had the money, they would not be getting it back. And it's just a lot. It's just, like I said, it must have been crazy then. So let's see. Let's go ahead and share this screen. I'm not going to be before you long. I just want to play my little song and get out of here. So I'm going to let this scroll whilst did I turn it off? I did. Okay. While the song goes ahead and gets started. Okay. I hope y'all enjoy this.
You just can't bring them $100,000. They don't. That's not how they operate. So it don't matter. They have guidelines that they have to follow, procedures they have to follow. They got things and certain ways to do. I've already said the money is not a problem. It's the way that they orchestrate and everything else that they got going along with it. They're basically saying that it's high risk. It doesn't matter however you look at it. They got procedures, guidelines that they have to follow when it comes to bonds of a certain amount. Just sit tight like you've been doing. and you'll see you'll see how things working out.
Well,
Ain't nobody.
listen,
It
it
is
ain't
working
working out.
out.
They got guidelines. Lamont say they got guidelines. They got guidelines. Nesto, you don't know they got guidelines? They got guidelines, procedures. You can't do it the Nesto way. They got guidelines, procedures. You got to do what bonding companies say. They got guidelines, procedures. They want real, no flim-flam. They got guidelines, procedures. Bonding company cannot be scammed. Oh, they got guidelines. They got guidelines. They got guidelines. Nesto, you don't know they got guidelines? They got guidelines, procedures. You can't use Shirley Strawberry. They got guidelines, procedures. Should've scammed someone with more money. They got guidelines, procedures. Look like you thought you were invincible. They got guidelines, procedures. Alleged multi-level criminal. They got guidelines. Lamont said they got guidelines. They got guidelines. Nesto, you don't know they got guidelines? They got guidelines, procedures. Sonya can't help you now. They got guidelines, procedures. Bony ponytail ain't no cash cow. They got guidelines, procedures. Let's pray for those who Nesto hurt. They got guidelines, procedures. They got to witness justice at work. They got guidelines. Lamont said they got guidelines. They got guidelines. Nesto, guess what? They got guidelines. They got guidelines. Friends said they got guidelines. Your attorney said they got guidelines. Lamont said they got guidelines. Yeah, Lamont, they be in Dubai. Guidelines. Lamont, they be on safari. Guidelines. Lamont, they be across the world and back. Guidelines. He said they got guidelines. 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 Guidelines and procedures. And all kind of stuff you gotta do. You can't just go up in there with the money. We got the money, but we ain't got the guidelines. We can't meet the procedures and get all the people and get all the money all at the same time. Guidelines. Y'all, this was fun. This was really fun. I hope you liked it. And we out. Okay. All right, let me turn this off. Okay, so like I said before, I hope y'all enjoyed that. It took me, maybe like 30, 45 minutes to get the words together. But then it took, a little bit more time to like go over it so that I could kind of say the words without stumbling. So, and then the last little part at the end, I just added that when I started thinking about Lamont. Lamont is funny to me. He is a funny character in within this situation. Okay, let me stop sharing. All right, and then I just went and pulled one of my old videos that was going over a phone calls from prison call, and then I don't know. There's the title of the old video though. Did Nesto just admit to scamming? So yeah, that's when he was talking to Lamont on the phone, and he was telling Lamont, hey, we gotta, no flim flam, cut everything out, time to get serious. So I don't know. Now that we know so much more, I might need to go back and listen to that. But anyway, I just wanted to share that song with y'all because I enjoyed it so much once I got to really making it. So anyway, thank y'all so much for stopping by today. And I let myself down. I did not do all of the lives that I wanted to do. So actually, I'm going to go in here and cook my son some lunch. It's a late lunch, but I'm going to go ahead and cook him some lunch. He actually doesn't like to eat until like later in the afternoon because they work out so hard in the morning. And he, I guess, just doesn't have the appetite for it until a little bit later on. So I'm going to go ahead and make him something to eat. And then I would like to come back and listen to the call that inspired this song. And then probably most of you already have seen it and know, get the inside joke on Lamont. He said guidelines and procedures to Nesto so many times. About that third time he said it, I just started laughing because I was like, Nesto is getting more and more discouraged. He probably thinks Lamont is lying because Lamont is always lying, in my opinion. And from all the calls that we've heard, not anything I just pulled out of the air, but he probably thinks Lamont is just lying because he kept giving him this guidelines and procedures excuse. And it took him forever to get to the point of why he was saying that. And I just was laughing uncontrollably because just Nesto sounding so like what? What? Are you kidding me? But one thing about it, that laugh, he was not laughing that day. So anyway, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go, and I will be back with you all sometime soon. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.